Hello there. Thank you for watching this presentation. This is for SER322. This is for the Team 12 database presentation. We went ahead and used a database for board games, and we built a website. That way you could create a user and add games and reviews and stuff like that. So we went ahead and used SQLite for our database, and this is open in DB browser, so I can kind of show you guys all the tables we're using. We went ahead and implemented 10 different tables, and I could show you all the attributes and stuff here for users, reviews, games, groups, categories, all this kind of stuff. And for each one, we have a bunch of data, very extensive. We went to get a lot of games in there, a lot of reviews. You could check out users and all this stuff. So this is kind of to show you what our database kind of consists of. Now, to get the project started, you're going to want to go to GitHub, go to the repository, Jeff Gillespie Board Game Database. You want to download this to a project folder, wherever that may be. Doesn't really matter. Then you're going to install Node.js. This was to actually run our website. This is kind of what we used. So once you have Node.js and you have this downloaded to a repository, you'll want to go to, or you downloaded the repository, you want to go to the folder wherever you downloaded that to. Mine's in SER322 Board Game Database. Now you installed Node. Now once you get in there and you've installed Node and you're in this project folder, now you want to do npm install. You can do this on the command line. Make sure you're in that folder, and this will install all the dependencies you need. So that kind of takes a second to do that. Now literally a second. So it installed all the dependencies I need, and to see those dependencies, I want to go into WebStorm. That way I can kind of view. You go to package.json, and this shows you the dependencies that get installed by that npm install. EGS, Express, SQLite, Passport, all these important ones that you'll end up needing to actually build the website. Okay, so we've done that. Now I did the npm install, so now we are good to go. Now that you installed Node, all you can do is run from the command line node app.js. App.js is where we are running our code from. So once you go ahead and do that, this should say running on port 880, and it does. Now I'm going to start a new browser, 127.0.0.1 on port 880. We'll go ahead and run that. Now we are on our board game database. And now you can go ahead and register to be a user. That way you can actually you can view everything. If you're not a user, you can go to the games and groups and stuff, but you can't necessarily add anything or do anything. So go ahead and register, and you can sign up using your first, last name, email, and password. I already have an account, so I'm just going to go ahead and log in. It says welcome back, Ty. Cool. So I can actually do some of this stuff now. But I want to show you the website a little bit first. So we're going to go ahead and go to the about page. This will just tell you who the authors are and a little bit about the website. Games has all of our games so far that have been put on the website. When you look at groups, kind of the same thing, any of the groups people have made, and if anybody wants to be a part of a group. Then events shows you the date and location for an event that might be coming up soon. So that's kind of each of the pages that we've made on here. Now if you wanted to go and actually do anything, let's go ahead and, for an example, you can add a game, create a group, do all that stuff. Let's just go ahead and add a game review. We will go ahead and pick, say, Cards Against Humanities. Now it's one of my favorite games ever. Funniest game I have ever played. Love it. Cool. So you want to go ahead and submit that now. And I was just testing it earlier, so one of my things is already on here, but it just shows you that it does add the review to whatever game you chose. So say if you go back home and you go to games, I go to Cards Against Humanities just to see what that was like. Well, it has all your categories, all your minimum players, and then once you do go back to it, the review is still there, so it keeps all your reviews at the bottom. So it does keep it in that database. Just wanted to show you that. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the queries that we've used. So if I go back to WebStorm, and I can go ahead and look at all these SQL queries. So you use select statements, union statements, all this kind of stuff. If you were wondering about the top 10 list, well, that was used on our website right here. So top 10 rated games kind of in the front page, just to use a query, just that way we could implement it on the front page there. So you have your select statements. In that same one, we kind of use a little bit of math in our select statement. Save it as average rating. We use inner join. You could order them by certain things, and that way it could implement all of some of these SQL statements into our website. And just wanted to show you some of these different statements, categories, user insert, group details, stuff like that. Yeah, so we went ahead. I've shown you all of the website. Now, one thing I did want to show you was this. This is the ER diagram, and this kind of shows you, let me zoom in a little bit here, you know, what's connected with what. So game, group, event owner, event, user review, all this kind of stuff, and how it's connected and all the attributes to it. So a group, you know, plays a bunch of different games, and a game can be played by many different groups. A review can only have one game, and a game can be reviewed by, you know, have many different reviews. Yeah, so this kind of just showed you about all of that. Yeah, so let's go back to the games. This is our board game database website. Make sure you install Node, you install this repository. Make sure you are in the, this is what I want to show you too. So when you go to the board game database and you are doing different things and clicking and viewing and stuff, if you go in the background, we do have all of our stuff running here, and it tells you what's been going on. Yeah, so install Node, install your dependencies, 127.0.01, port 80, and once you sign in, you can use all this stuff and use our database tables. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off, and this was our Team 12 project presentation for our board game database, and thank you very much for watching.